Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of our Bambino series. Today we're going to show you a few of the different combinations that Mills has put together over the last 2 seasons.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for watching today. As Baz just said, this is part 2 of the Bambino video. So this is an F1 Bambino 100% hypo. So people who have worked with African stuff before know that generally the F1 animals do not look exactly like the parents. This is a lot darker than the original father. I don't think that there's anything playing on the gene from the hypo gene, but you can see that it's got the real dotting, the broken up pattern, the dot marks behind the head, but much darker. You can see the color difference between the two is absolutely huge. As I said, this is direct baby of this girl. Obviously the mother can have some influence. The mother was a blackhead hypo red and ringer, which is she's a very unusual example, so she may be playing an influence with the back stripe and also the color of the animal. This is actually a sibling of this animal, a sister to this, but this has the red and ringer gene laid on top. So this is actually a Bambino red and ringer hypo, and you can see how much influence the simple red and ringer gene is having on this animal. It's totally made it lighter. It's really brought up the flaming from the belly, and it's changed the overall color and the pattern of the animal. The pattern is much more similar to the dad. It's much more broken up, and this orange flaming is really coming through, and I think that's just the influence from the red and ringer gene. The belly again is quite clean, but that's a lovely looking F1 and the sibling to the one I've just showed you, direct daughter from the original Bambino.
I think it's a very good demonstration of the ringer gene as well, because a lot of people don't understand what the red and ringer gene is, and I think maybe explain it a little bit further using these.
Yeah, absolutely, you made a really good point there, Baz. A lot of people don't understand how influential a very simple gene like the red and ringer gene has on an animal, and how important some of these enhancing genes can make to the right combos. So as Baz was highlighting, the actual flaming coming up from the belly and sometimes going all the way over is the influence from the ringer gene, and the ringer gene is a gene in itself. The red gene is bringing over mainly the coloration through the back, but on this example it's bringing the color right through on the whole animal. Even the oranges that are really bleeding through,
even I can see it
showing. Yeah,
I can see the red, the blushing in the back, and that, and you know me and red being colorblind, I have trouble seeing red, and I can see that quite clearly.
Absolutely, it's really coming through. So those small enhancer genes sometimes have a huge influence on your animal, and I think we should pay attention to some of these genes. Obviously it doesn't react with every gene in the best way, but with the Bambino, it's reacted really well in my opinion. So speaking about the Bambinos that we just showed, I thought it's important to actually show the mum, because the mum is very different, and as I was talking about the back stripes on those animals, you can see the mum has an absolutely amazing back stripe, and her colors are really unusual for a blackhead ghost red and ringer gene. You can really see that the ringer gene is really prominent in here, and also the red gene going through the back and also affecting the color on it, which is why I think that there's such a massive difference between those two Bambinos, and the red and ringer is really high expression on the one that has it in the Bambino. If you get some of this, like the ringer markings on this come up so high, but I kept this girl back because her colours were so unusual in comparison to any other blackhead red and ringer, as well as her back stripe, that I have ever produced before. So
she's also a different presentation as a ghost as well. I mean, I think that she's much lighter than any blackhead ghost I've ever seen.
She is. I mean, she's almost got a grey greeny kind of hue to her.
Yeah, and let's face it, we have produced quite a few over the years.
Yeah. I like to keep back weird and wonderful examples of animals.
Look at that head.
And the eyes. She's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It is really, really stunning. She is, well,
and well behaved.
she's always well behaved. She's one born and bred over here. Well, hope you like her as well. I just thought it's important to show how different she is, and that she must be having some effect on why those Bambinos look so unusual.
I think you can clearly see it on the second animal. The second animal you brought out with the ringer itself. I think this helps to explain where it's come from.
I definitely think you're right there, yeah. Hope you guys like this video.
Please subscribe if you haven't already, and tick like, we'd appreciate that, and stay safe out there.